Trading Nut, episode 101.
Where he says trading is all about probabilities, stacking probability on your side and just taking the trades without fear. What helps me is I don't care or I don't mind taking a loss. That's one of the biggest changes that happened to me when I started being profitable.
The market's going to do something. Your job is not to fight it.
The market never, ever runs away. It's always there.
That personal diary of trading will make you a much better trader than...
I could be right about the direction, but wrong about the trade.
Don't focus on the monetary side.
Trying to make too much money on a trade is what I have seen killed every trader.
Your losses offer you some of the greatest insight you can find into your mistakes.
Relax, learn the process.
Candlestick pattern trading is a freaking trap.
Don't be in a rush to become a millionaire.
Let the market tell you what the market wants to tell you.
This podcast is not financial, trading, or investing advice of any kind. Before we start, I'd like to thank our sponsored partner for today's episode, City Traders Imperium. Now, CTI has one of the world's best funded accounts and learning platforms all in one. Get a CTI Forex funded account today and advance a step closer to achieving your personal freedom. To find out more, head over to citytradersimperium.com. That's citytradersimperium.com. What's up, traders? Welcome to another installment of the Trading Nut podcast. I'm your host, Cam Hawkins, and today we have the Institute Trader on the show. Now, he's going anonymous today. Part of the reason for that, I suppose, is the fact that he was he's an ICT style trader, and he was banned from ICT. So you're going to find out all about how that went down in the show. Now, if ICT, he has been on the show. I've tried to contact him. Can't find any way to contact the guy to let him know this is coming up. So if you're an ICT follower, whatever, then please feel free to let him know if you can. I don't seem to find any way you can do it, but he may want some of this or all of this removed. Who knows? We're going to go for it. We're going to see how we get on. If Michael wants it taken down, we'll just have a chat to him then. At least then I can talk to him and ask him about it. But we're forging forward anyway. So this is the guy's name is he's going by Institute Trader, and he's basically a trader over there in the UK. You're going to hear him coming up in a second. Before we get into this, what I want to tell you about is a few things that are happening here on Trading Nut. First is we've got Trader versus Trader kicking off. Season 2 will kick off again. So slightly new format to that as well, guys. Check that out. That is over there on the YouTube channel. There are other things going on over there on the YouTube that aren't hitting the podcast. So if you're not going over to YouTube, please go over, subscribe to it, and check out the extra content there. This is really going to help push your trading up because we've got stuff that's, you can actually see the chart and you can see people talking through things as well, and it's just too hard to do on audio. So go and check out the YouTube channel. In fact, there's one new thing I'm going to put up there this week, which is a video with FX Daniel Savage, who I've been trying to get on the show and people keep messaging me, get him on the show. Anyway, he invited me on to a live stream after he did our Trading View Replay Challenge in a very sort of spur of the moment thing, which you got to go and see as well because that was just a lot of hilarity. He's also invited me to his live stream just to see him trade live with JP, and it was really, really good, guys. So a lot of knowledge bombs thrown down in that particular video, so go and check that out. The other thing is Scalper vs Scalper. We've got the final coming up this week. I'm also looking at doing matchups between some of the gurus, some of the trainers, educators, whatever you want to call them as well. So getting these guys matched up against each other, doing these Trading View replay challenges, or even doing the live scalping challenge together. So let's see if we can make that happen. Merch is coming, so if you're looking forward to getting your hands on some Trading Nut merch with a new logo as well, then stay tuned. That is coming. Keep an eye out for it in different places that I exist. And last but not least, I had a great email this week from a guy over there in the UK who'd taken my Robot Builders Club course 3 years ago. I looked back at the emails he'd sent. 3 years ago he took the course, and he's come back and just said to me, look, just want to say thanks. I've done so well. He's basically managed to create and sell and license off some trading algos that he made himself using what I teach, using exactly what I teach. And he sold it for over 7 figures, guys. And he's English, so I'm guessing it's pounds as well. So, guys, this is coming up. I managed to interview him this morning, and it was a fantastic interview for algo traders and retail traders alike. So that is coming up in the next few weeks, guys. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, enough from me. Let's get on with this episode. Ooh, forgot to mention, Institute Trader comes from the folks over there at Forex Lens, Lens, and they've put together a special deal for Trading Nut listeners. If you want to jump on there and give it a whirl, it is a 15% discount for anyone that uses the coupon code Trading Nut, all one word, no spaces. And what's more, I'm going to throw in my 52 Traders archive if you join up and you hit me up as well. So guys, go and check that out. I'll make sure all that information is there in the show notes after you listen to this. All right, enjoy. All right, folks, here we are on Trading Up. We've got Institute Trader here, an anonymous trader over there at Forex Lens, who's here today to share with us his story, how he got into trading, and a few other things that you might find really interesting, especially if you're an ICT follower or subscriber who, and if you don't know who he is, go and check out the interview I did with him earlier on. So first of all, welcome to the show from all the way over there in the UK. How's things over there with, I know you guys have just gone down into lockdown, haven't you?
Thank you very much for having me. Yes, we just got an announcement, I think that was yesterday, that we're going to go national lockdown on Thursday for a month.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. And so that's, because I watched it on the news last night and I was like, it was a bit iffy on the details, because I know that you had these things before where it was like, hey, we're going into lockdown, or like we're putting these restrictions in place. You can't be in the pub after 11 p.m. Or it was like, what the hell? Coronavirus doesn't exist after 11 p.m. But before that, you're good. It disappears. Or like, if you got a group of 6, it's not there. But a group of 7, it just jumps.
It's just weird the way they put these restrictions and the criteria they use. I just don't understand it. But they're in control, so you just have to go with it.
Yeah, because we had a lockdown, and it was like a pretty full on thing. You could go to the supermarket, and that was it, right? and the service station. Are you guys about the same?
No, supermarkets are open. You got to eat, so
yeah.
They have to keep them open. I think mostly this second one is a bit weird, like I said, because schools are still open, supermarkets are open. Lots of stuff are still open. It's just, I don't understand it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, because while I was watching, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, this don't make sense. This ain't a lockdown. This is just like people having a restricted life. Anyway, sorry, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about your trading journey. And first of all, I want to find out how you got into trading, and if you step by step, how things played out for you.
Right. Okay. I've been in the market since 2014. That was actually, to be honest, this month will be exactly 6 years. I got into it by through a church. So I was going to church, and we got introduced to some guys that were trading, and that was the beginning of my journey, where I got attracted to it because the way they thought it, or the way they came across, sounded like this can be something I can do. So then I went to their seminar, and to be honest, I didn't learn much. So I actually signed up for a proper course, which I did with OTA, Online Trading Academy. And I paid huge money for that. And that too didn't go well because I didn't understand it. And inside myself, I had this feeling that there is still more to trading. I just have to find it. So back in towards the end of 2016, I stumbled upon a video on YouTube where ICT was talking about a trade, and that got me hooked. He was talking about, I think, a Euro USD trade, and it was live, and he was saying that, look, everybody should watch that price is going to go to this level within this time period. And I was like, wow, because I watched the video throughout, and then price did exactly what he said. And I said, this is it. I need to find out more. So then I did a bit of research about him. And back in the days, he had lots of free videos online. So I downloaded almost all of them. And that was the beginning. I studied almost every single one of them. It took me some time to get it, but eventually I understood the concept, but not fully, because I traded with it, made some money, and then I lost it all because I still thought that there was something missing, because it got to a point that it's not that it was not working, it was working, but then something were not clicking. So then I decided to sign up for his mentorship, and that the rest was history.
Cool. Now, I want to jump back into the sort of earlier days, like where, you did the OTA training. I mean, how long and intensive was that?
So OTA was a quick one where we went to, I went to a 1-day seminar where they talk about achieving financial freedom. With all that, I know most of you know about this, where you go to the seminar and they give you all this hype about this being the next best thing. So the first day was just hyping us that, look, you need to do this. You can get financial freedom and that. And then I got convinced, and then I signed up for the 3 days where you had to pay to go and listen to their strategy and their instructors and all of that. So that 3 days, that's where I got to know about a bit of supply and demand. And again, without knowing much about trading, we thought that it was the best thing. So we all signed up. Well, I did. And at that time, their fee was around £9,000. So because we went through the 1 day and then the 3 days, they were giving us, those guys that went through that process, they gave us a discount to, I think, about 7.5. So I ended up signing up for 7.5 grand. And I didn't have all that money at that time. So I had to pay initial balance of about 2 grand. And then the rest was done by installment. And after paying, you go for a 1 week intensive training where you learn everything. And then you get your certificate that you're a professional Forex trader. So I still have my OTA professional certificate that shows that I'm a professional trader. But trust me, it's further than that. You cannot be a professional trader within a week.
So what was the after the? Let's talk about after the week. After the week, what happened there? I mean, how much had you improved, or what happened with your first trades in your first week of trading?
Man, well, looking back, right now that I've got a lot of knowledge about trading, looking back, I think it's a scam to say that after a week you're a professional trader, because you've not learned anything but them showing you what they do and how it works, but you yourself, you've not gone through the process of understanding exactly how it all works. So there's no way you can call yourself a professional trader. They just need to tell you that they've introduced you to trading. So now you are now going to begin your journey. So we didn't understand that. We thought that they've taught us how to trade. So then we go in and we start trading. So after the 1 week, what you do is you sign up to the online training as well. And every Monday you have someone, Tuesday you have someone, till Friday. And then they all give you some sort of analysis and further training to what you've done for the week. And then someone will give you some trade ideas after the session. And then if you like, you can take them. If you not, don't take them. So with the understanding that I got, I started trading live account. I didn't do demo because I was not interested in that. So I started straight away live account because I needed to pay for the fees. So my mindset was, okay, I'm going to sign up, take their trade ideas, and then whatever money I make, I use it to pay for the monthly installment that I signed up for. And that was far from the story. I didn't make nothing. I ended up losing more.
Oh no! And was it because the strategies didn't work, or was it just because of the execution that you applied to the strategies?
I think the proper guidelines that we needed, or the proper things that we needed to be taught was not like execution. We were meant to be taught like when to trade, when not to trade, how to cope with basically risk management and trading psychology. That was what they would needed to drum that inside us as beginners. And it didn't look like that. It looked like this thing is easy. You can do it. Just sign up and we'll guide you through it. But knowing what I know now, I think they can improve by teaching people the real truth about trading and then guiding them through a process instead of just putting them there, teaching them a strategy, and then hoping that they get it.
It's such a common theme throughout all these interviews is that, like, you know, learning the strategy isn't necessarily definitely isn't the end of the road. This is the start of the journey. Now,
it's the start of the journey, yes.
Yeah. Now, you said you did all of ICT's free stuff. You had a crack. You didn't really. Well, you lost it all. What were the elements that you think were missing? Without, obviously, I know you're under NDA with ICT. What are the elements that were missing for you that you think, you know, you look back now and go, okay, I see why I didn't do so well? Was it psychological or something else?
Most was psychological, but in terms of the strategy itself, there were certain things that were not clear. So, for example, let's say I am a swing trader, right? And you can understand ICT is mostly like short-term trader to a day trader. So I was in a different kind of style of trading to him. So everything he teaches, I try to understand it in a swing trading aspect. So when I was doing his swing trading, I think one of the free stuff, he did proper swing trading teaching. So that was the one I really focused on. And what I was missing was combining the higher time frame with the lower time frame. So I will make money when the weekly aligns with my direction that I want to trade. And then I will lose money when the weekly changes direction and then I don't recognize it. So I was lacking a bit of understanding of the entire, I'll say, strategy or methodology. So let's say the weekly is going up. I didn't understand that if a weekly low breaks, now the trend has changed. And then if he pulls back, it's just going for a retracement and then it's going to continue going down, if you get what I mean. So then if the weekly low breaks and is going back up, I'm thinking price is now going to continue going up. So I keep buying. And then once it gets to, let's say, a 79 retracement level and it's now going to drop again, I'll still be in a buy. So that element of not understanding that part is what caused me to lose a bit of money. And I didn't like it. So I decided to go and learn more. So that's what led me to go and sign up for the mentorship.
And usually, like, you know, if you get to the point of blowing an account, it comes down to either you're risking too much or you're having an awful lot of losing trades in a row, possibly with a tight stop loss. Which of the two of those were the ones that ultimately destroyed that account?
I think it was losing too much. It wasn't stop loss because at that time, because I'm trading on the high time frame, I was using a bigger stop because I'm on a swing trade. So I'm using like maybe sometimes even 100 pip stop loss or 70 pip stop loss because I'm on the high time frame. But it was just me, let's say price is pulling back down. I'll use that because that's what led me to go and find out more information. Let's say price is pulling back down and I'm buying. When it goes against me, instead of me understanding that price is now going down, then I'll be adding more to my losses. So if it goes down, I buy more. If it goes down, I buy more. So that's what piled up. And then it'll get to a point where I cannot bear the losses anymore. Then I'll collapse all the trades.
Right. Okay. So you're thinking, okay, right, this is going to turn around. It didn't. And you're like,
yes,
I should
exactly.
hold on to it until it hits the stop loss, but you couldn't bear it. So you
Yes.
cut out. Okay, right. So there was a chance that it would have turned around and gone in your favour had you held on, but you'd already made that decision, and it was
Yes. And then usually as soon as I close it, that's when it turns around.
Yeah, exactly. Now, okay, right, cool. So, question between the difference between what you learned there and what changed when you started to do ICT. Like, so you've done the full 12-month course or mentorship or whatever you call it. I mean, how did things change? How did that journey go for you?
So initially, because I was, like I said, trading as a swing trader, I went in with a preconceived idea that I want to learn swing trading, which was the wrong approach because the way you go in, that was after I finished the mentorship. So after the 12 months, that's when I realized that I made a mistake because I went in with a preconceived idea of, okay, I want to learn swing trading. So I didn't actually pay attention in the beginning. So that really didn't help me. But it was after I completed the mentorship, then I had to go back again and then relearn everything because the mentorship is designed in a way for you to build from 1 to 12. It's not starting from 6 and then you finish at 12. It doesn't work like that. You need to start from 1 and then finish at 12. So if you go in with a preconceived idea that I'm interested in, let's say, day trading, so you're going to ignore from month 1 to whatever month, and then you're going to learn just the day trading, then you're not going to get anything from the mentorship, right? So what changed for me was I had to go back and learn everything. And because I've already learned from, let's say, month 5 to month 12, and I had to go back and start from month 1, it changed everything because now I could see the bigger picture.
Right. Okay. And so by the end were you trading during the course of this 12-month period or not?
Well, to be honest, I was. And again, you learn by mistake. He kind of tells you not to, but be human. Sometimes you just want to do what you want to do. So I did trade during the mentorship, which was a bad idea. You shouldn't.
And what happened? Did it not work out well or?
Because when you're trading whilst you're learning, you don't fully understand everything yet. So you a lot has to do with trading psychology. So when you don't understand what you're doing and you trade it, sometimes it can bring you down not to continue to learn because it's like you're not getting value from what you're learning. So most people will fail in the mentorship because they will trade live whilst they're learning, and that can lead to psychological issues where sometimes trade will work in your favor, and most of the time, because you've not understood everything, most trades will go against you without you understanding why. So if you don't understand why it's going against you, then you will think that what he's teaching is not right, or it's not working, or it doesn't work. But it does if you take your time and learn everything before you start trading.
And it's funny, it's like one of those things where you'd go and if you take a real life example, you know, if you did a year's training to become a physiotherapist or something, usually, well, maybe actually a physiotherapist probably isn't a good example, but something where you go to like university and you do a degree, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to be working in that profession until you've finished the degree.
Until you finish.
Yes. So you might be doing another job, you know, which is completely not related, and then you leave to go and do whatever the profession is. Now, it seems like, so why, I wonder why do people find it so hard when it comes to trading that to stick to that, like, I'm not going to trade whilst I'm learning this stuff, which is...
I think most of it has got to do with greed. Lots of traders go into the market because of greed. They want to make money now. Yeah, they want to make money right now. They're not thinking about the skill. They want to make money right now. And if you go in with that kind of mindset, you're doomed for failure from the beginning. So one has to go into trading with, okay, this is a skill. So I'm going to take my time and learn it. And then once I understand what I'm doing, then I can trade live.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what happened at the end of the mentorship and after the 12 months?
So after the 12 months, you kind of stick around as a chartered member, and you do get some lessons every now and then, which is dedicated for those that have gone through the 12 months. So after the 12 months, you do get videos that is specifically for you as a member that have gone through the 12 months content. And that's what I was doing until, finally something happened. Something happened and I got kicked out, basically, from the mentorship.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. You can explain how you got kicked out in the next video that we shoot when you share your chart. So, guys, if you want to find out that, head over there to the YouTube channel, and we'll let you know what happened and how Institute Trader got kicked out of ICT. So, stay tuned for that. Now, so you would have started trading at that point, and how did things progress?
So after the 12 months, you kind of start trading demo, and you want to be consistent for at least 6 months. That's the recommendation by ICT. You need to be consistent, or whenever you feel like you're ready to trade live. So once I finished the mentorship, I started doing demo trading. So I traded demo for a while, and I was doing very well. Even in the mentorship, I started in November 2018, and I completed in November 2019. So from November 2019 till I think that was probably March of 2020, I was doing very well. I was sharing my trade ideas on TradingView, because that's when I got introduced to TradingView. So I was sharing most of my trades on TradingView, and I got lots of followers on TradingView for that. So I was doing very well with my trading, and I decided to go for these funded trading accounts. So I started off with FTMO, trading for one of their accounts. And on the first one, I was too emotional. I was in a hurry to make it. So I did things that I was not supposed to do. And the time limit that they gave as well was not helping, that I have to complete it within 30 days. So after I failed the first one, I decided not to do FTMO. I went to a different company called T4T, and another company called Fivers, and another company called Forex. So those three, I did the challenges and I passed all of them. Forex, I just completed a month ago, and I didn't achieve my monthly profit. So I think with that, they're not going to give me the next month trading, because if you don't achieve your, I was trading the live account, by the way, and I was consistent for 3 months. And if you don't get the profit target for that month, then obviously it's like you failed. So you don't get to progress again. So I was with them until I think just last month. And then for T40, I'm still with them trading a funded account. And then Fivers, there's another story on that one. Maybe I'll tell you that later.
Okay, all right, cool. So
I'm doing well with trading.
So let's talk about your typical day then. What does a trading day look like for you?
So my day, because I'm helping, so I'm with this company called Forex Lens, helping, giving signals and explaining why I take my trades. So my days start with waking up at least about 7 o'clock, and then get myself ready. And then I do have an hour and 30 minutes with the members, giving them a breakdown of what I'm seeing in price on most of the currency pairs. And then for my personal trades, I have my personal pairs that I trade. So I've already done my analysis. So if the trade do happen to, let's say I do get a signal to trade, then I'll take my trade. But if there's no signal, then I don't do anything. But my days typically wake up, prepare for giving them what I'm seeing in price. And then if I get a signal, I take it, because I don't day trade. I'm a short-term trader. So I don't worry about taking a trade every day. I don't work like that. So my typical day is just give analysis, and if there's a signal, I take it. If there's no signal, then I chill for the day.
Cool. Okay, so pretty laid back. Now, what do you think made you different from everyone else out there who's trying to make it in this game? I mean, do you think you had any special traits, or do you think you did certain things that were better calls than others?
Work. Patience and practice. That's it. I spend most of my time on screen than anywhere else. I don't have friends. I don't go out. Obviously, I have a wife. Back then, it was my girlfriend, but now it's my wife. So the only time I spend away from the screen is probably I'm spending some time with my girlfriend and now my wife. And then the rest is just on the screen. So I've spent ridiculous amount of time in front of the screen. And that has really, really helped me in terms of my trading. So if you really want to make it, you have to put in the effort. You have to steady. It's not easy, but it's rewarding. So what has made me different is just the time that I put in and the effort. I really want to get it, and that's what I did.
And what can you give the guys an idea of what you were doing at the charts?
So what I learned from ICT is when he's teaching, and I think this will help those in the mentorship as well if they listen. When he's teaching, one needs to not have any preconceived ideas. Just listen to what he's teaching, and then listen to his why, because that's where the learning is from. So what I did was, anytime he's teaching, I try to understand the why he's doing what he's doing. Not what he's showing, but the why behind. Let's say if he's pointing to an up candle, why is he pointing to that specific up candle? So when I learn that, then I go into the chart and then I look for examples, and then I'll backtest. That's what I did.
And what kind of backtesting did you do? Were you on TradingView or something else?
I had I signed up for Forex Tester. If you're a trader, if you're a Forex trader, you should have one, Forex Tester. So I'll go back from as far as 2001, and then I'll backtest to date. So back in the day was 2018. So I'll backtest from 2000 to 2018. And then I'll be on the weekly time frame backtesting up candles, down candles, up candles, down candles. And then I'll go back and then do the daily time frame, and I'll backtest up candles, down candles. I want to understand why those candles are what they are. And I don't want to mention, like, he has made them public. Let's say, for example, a bearish order block. What makes a bearish order block a bearish order block? So if it's on a daily time frame, then I'll backtest from 2000 to 2018. And then I'll see why those candles work and why, when they fail, why do they fail? Right? So that's how I got to understand most of the things that he's taught so far.
Cool. Okay, right. Well, look, what about for somebody who's got a day job, possibly in the same situation as you, with a girlfriend, come wife, that they need to spend time with, and they can't spend all their time at the charts? I mean, what steps would you recommend they take to really get it in this game?
If you're working, it's hard, because at that time I was working night shift as well. So I had to, it's all about desire. Do you really want it? If you want it, you're going to find a way to do it. Okay. It's nothing else I can say. it's the passion and the desire that I want to get this. This is I didn't go to university, so this is what I need to do. And if it's it, then whatever I need to do to make it, I have to do it. So if it's to stop, let's say, stop going out every night, or, stop spending 2 hours on the phone with your friend or something like that, all those little time that you can just get rid of and then spend it on the chart, do it. And then back test. That's how you will learn. If you don't spend time on the screen to practice, you're not going to get it. And that's one of the things about ICT stuff, where it's not just about watching the video. Because if it was just that, then everybody will make it by now. It's not about watching the videos. It's about watching what he's doing and then going in the chat and finding them. So if you are starting off and you want to get, especially with ICT stuff, and I talk in general as well, watch what you're learning and then practice. So the only way you're going to get it is practicing. If you don't practice, forget it. You're not going to get it.
Yeah, and I think it's a big thing. And look, I struggle with this for years in terms of being able to know that this is something you're practicing with zero outcome of anything other than burning something into your brain. Okay,
yes.
It's and you might, even at the start, you may not find it. It's not. I suppose you've got to try and find the fun in it, right? So
I don't want to go into much details about the psychological aspect of the practicing, because then I'll be diverting into like psychology, where what does the practicing do to your mind, okay, or your subconscious mind. I don't want to go into that aspect because it's a rabbit hole. It's very far. But the more you practice, the more you build in your mind eye something that will help you to recognize traits on the chart. Okay, because the more you spend time on the screen, the more your eyes is seeing things that you want to see in terms of your trading strategy. And the more, because trust me, I listen to Mark Douglas. He's my favorite trading psychologist. He says that it doesn't take anything to be a trader. If you want to be a trader, the only thing you need to do is a click of a button of a mouse. Okay, the rest is all mental, right? So you need to practice to build your mental image of your strategy so that you can see it. And once your mind sees it, then you don't have no problem taking trades.
Nice. Perfectly said. Now, what about 3 things on a price chart? What would you recommend somebody study?
So when it comes to ICT stuff, I would say study. It is broad, depending on the kind of trader you are. I would say study stop runs. Okay? Study stop runs, and then study the daily time frame. Spend your time studying stop runs and daily time frame, how price moves on the daily time frame. Everything you ever need is on the daily time frame and stop runs, because once they do a stop run, that's it.
And can you explain like a stop run quickly for people?
Right. So if you have, let's say, a swing high or a swing low, and price goes below it, price goes above a swing high, and then rejects. So if you have a daily swing high and price goes above the daily swing high and you see a rejection, that's a stop run. So what happens after that, that's what you need to study on your daily time frame.
Okay, so everyone's being stopped out on the swing high.
Everyone, exactly.
Yeah. And so that's it's running the stops.
That's where the money is. So according to ICT, that's where the money is. So above a swing high and below a swing low, that's where the money is. So once they take the money, what are they going to do with it? They're going to run with it to a different direction.
Right. That's where the run comes into it. I've heard stop hunt before, and but not the run, which is good. That's running with it in a different direction. I like it. Okay, cool. So stepping into the trader's mindset thing, just briefly, I know we haven't got like all day here, but I mean, do you have any sort of special hacks or tips that you've come up with to help yourself have a better mindset?
So my mindset is mostly learning from Mark Douglas, where he says trading is all about probabilities, stacking probability on your side and just taking the trades without fear. So what helps me is I don't care or I don't mind taking a loss. That's one of the biggest changes that happened to me when I started being profitable, because I was scared of taking a loss. And once I listened to him and he said, do not fear taking a loss because trading is all about probabilities. In the long run, if your strategy is good, you're going to make money. That's it. That clicked for me. And then since then, I don't mind. I can take 20 losses in a row, but I'm still going to do the same thing because I know that it's going to work in my favor. So my mind hack is don't fear taking a loss. Because if you fear taking a loss, you're going to definitely take the loss, and it's going to impact your trading psychology, and it's going to make so many trading errors. So my hack is don't fear taking a loss, because if you do, you're going to make mistakes.
Okay, cool. Great little bit of advice. The key thing, guys, is putting into practice. Now, we're going to jump into the quickfire round here. So the first question is, how long did it take you to go from newbie to consistently profitable?
It took me 4 years.
Well, what's your favorite entry setup?
Breakers.
Breakers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those ICT members will understand what I mean by breakers.
Okay. What strategies do you use to exit or manage trades?
So my exit strategy is sometimes Fibonacci level, after entry Fibonacci level, and then I use a trading panel that gives me my risk to reward. So when I hit 2-1, I exit 70% of my trade, and then I let the rest run. So I have a system where it calculates everything for me. So once I'm in a trade, it does that manually for me.
Do you have a recommended book or resource?
Recommended book is the one my mentor recommends as well. How I Made $1 Million Trading Commodities by Larry Williams. The second one is A Happy Pocket Full of Money. It's a recent one I read and it's just blown me away. A Happy Pocket Full of Money. I forgot the author. His name is David, but his surname I can't remember. And resources, YouTube, ICT videos on YouTube will help you immensely.
Nice. It's funny sort of side note there. I mean, we'll put a link in the show notes for that Happy Pocket book. And so, guys, if you do want to try and find it, then head over there to the show notes. The other one is, side note, Larry Williams has been on the show, but not trading that. He was on my 52 Traders podcast. When I interviewed him, I didn't really understand how much of an idol he was. And then it was about a year or two later, and if you guys have listened to all the shows, you'll know what I'm about to say. I found out somebody messaged me and said, "Do you know who his daughter is?" Do you know who his daughter is?
No.
His daughter is the Academy Award winner, actress Michelle Williams, who was in Dawson's Creek and Brokeback Mountain. Like a really, really famous actress. And
okay.
Even more so, she won the World Cup of trading and something like that when she was 17.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I've learned the reason why I learned about Larry is because of ICT, because he says that he's his mentor. So I learned from my mentor's mentor as well.
Yeah. Oh, he's his mentor. Okay, cool. Interesting. Now, favorite broker and trading platform?
I use, in the beginning, I was using FXCM, but then I stopped using them since they changed the leverage when they came out with the new law in Europe that you cannot trade more than, I think, 30-1 or 50-1. So I switched to IC market, where I can get a bigger leverage in terms of for small accounts, because when you're starting off, you want to start off with a small account, and leverage is a big deal. So I use IC market.
What about the platform? Is it
MT4?
Yeah, okay, cool. And do you want to walk us through your worst ever trade?
Worst ever trade was 2018. I took a long entry on GBP USD. I was about to go on holidays, and I left the trade on thinking. I think that's one of the trades that led me to sign up for the mentorship. I left the trade on because the weekly was bullish, so I was buying a weekly bullish order block, and then I said, I'm going on holiday. By the time I come back, my account will be full.
Pay for the holiday.
Pay for the holiday, because at that time I was making some money. Not gonna lie, I was making some money. So that trade was just, I took some money off that trading account to go on holidays. So it was just take this trade. By the time you come back, it will be replaced, and then you continue. And then when I came back, it was the opposite. I almost lost the entire account. So that is the worst trade I've ever taken, and that's what led me to go and learn more.
Now, if you could leave our listeners with one piece of advice, what would it be?
One piece of advice: patience. It takes time to master this skill. Be patient with it, and you will get it. If you rush it, you're not going to get it. So patience, persevere, and practice. PPP.
Brilliant. Look, and before we wrap up, what's the best way for the traders to get hold of you?
Right. So right now, like I said, I'm with Forex Lens. I'm helping the traders there in terms of trading signals and helping them to understand why I'm taking the trades I'm taking. And then if anyone wants like a one-to-one for me to guide them through, if they're going through something that, because I've done a lot about trading psychology as well. So it's not just the trading aspect, but the mindset aspect as well. So I do help them with that. So if you want to get hold of me, you can come to forexlens.com. And we also have a Discord channel that is run by lots of traders in there, not just myself. We do have different traders in there that can help. So that's where you can find me. Just go to forex.com, or you can search for us on YouTube as well, Forex Lens, and you get me. I've got so many of my videos on there.
Okay, superb. Well, look, guys, I think we'll put a little promo up in the show notes as well. So if you do want to take up a membership at Forex Lens, we'll put a little promo there for Trading Nut listeners as well. So look, a big thank you to Institute Trader for sharing with us today. Everything we've discussed here, along with all the links, are in the show notes. To find them, simply search for Institute Trader, probably, or Forex Lens in the search box on tradingnut.com. Until next time, I wish all my listeners trading happiness and success. All right, guys, see we are. Hope you enjoyed that episode with the Institute Trader. Now, do go and check out that video where I think we're going to walk through the reason he got his story about getting banned by ICT. So, ICT, if you are listening to this, if you do get hold of this, or if somebody's going to tell you about it, please let me know if this is okay. I guarantee nothing is being shared that it should not be shared, but let me know if this needs to be taken down or amended or something like that. Okay, so guys, that's coming up over there on YouTube. It should be there now. Now, also, we've got Trader vs. Trader, Scalper vs. Scalper final. We got matchups coming up, merch, and also that interview with the guy who sold his algos for more than 7 figures after doing my course. Guys, this is what the course can do. It's called Robot Builders Club. Go and check it out. All right, folks, there's also a free robot that I created that's up there. I shouldn't even be giving this away because it's already done over 100% on the account. So if you want to check that out, you can get that over there on tradingnut.com. See you in the next one. And once again, folks, I forgot to add this in. Do remember that you can get a 15% discount on Forex Lens, who is the organization that the Institute Trader trades for. So if you do want to take up any of their products, Trading Nut is the coupon code that you need to use. All one word, coupon, Trading Nut. Head over to tradingnut.com and you're going to find all that information and a link to sign up there on this episode 101. All right, guys. See you later.